May the peace of the Lord be with you all. Today's Holy Mass reading, July 4th, 2025, Friday. The span of Sarah's life was 127 years. She died in Kiriath Arba, that is, Hebron, in the land of Canaan, and Abraham performed the customary mourning rites for her. Then he left the side of his dead one and addressed the Hittites. Although I am a resident alien among you, sell me from your holdings a piece of property for a burial ground, that I may bury my dead wife. After the transaction, Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the cave of the field of Machpelah, facing Mamre, that is, Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Abraham had now reached a ripe old age, and the Lord had blessed him in every way. Abraham said to the senior servant of his household, who had charge of all his possessions, "Put your hand under my thigh, and I will make you swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that you will not procure a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I live, but that you will go to my own land and to my kindred, to get a wife for my son Isaac." The servant asked him, "What if the woman is unwilling to follow me to this land? Should I then take your son back to the land from which you migrated?" "Never take my son back there for any reason," Abraham told him. "The Lord, the God of heaven, who took me from my father's house and the land of my kin, and who confirmed by oath the promise he then made to me, I will give this land to your descendants. He will send his messenger before you, and you will obtain a wife for my son there. If the woman is unwilling to follow you, you will be released from this oath, but never take my son back there." A long time later, Isaac went to live in the region of the Negev. One day toward evening, he went out in the field, and as he looked around, he noticed that camels were approaching. Rebekah, too, was looking about, and when she saw him, she alighted from her camel and asked the servant, "Who is the man out there, walking through the fields toward us?" "That is my master," replied the servant. Then she covered herself with her veil. The servant recounted to Isaac all the things he had done. Then Isaac took Rebekah into his tent. He married her, and thus she became his wife. In his love for her, Isaac found solace after the death of his mother Sarah.
Responsorial Psalm. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever. Who can tell the mighty deeds of the Lord, or proclaim all his praises? Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Blessed are they who observe what is right, who do always what is just. Remember us, O Lord, as you favor your people. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. Visit me with your saving help, that I may see the prosperity of your chosen ones. Rejoice in the joy of your people, and glory with your inheritance. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good.
As Jesus passed by, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the customs post. He said to him, "Follow me." And he got up and followed him. While he was at table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat with Jesus and his disciples. The Pharisees saw this and said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" He heard this and said, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do. Go and learn the meaning of the words. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. I did not come to call the righteous but sinners."
There is something deeply moving about being seen for who you are and still being chosen. In life, we often try to present our best selves, like hiding the flaws, concealing the debts, and covering up the parts we fear others might reject. But the message at the heart of Jesus' interaction with the tax collector is this: you are seen fully and you are still invited. In a culture where tax collectors were despised and considered traitors to their own people, Jesus approached one such man and offered him something unthinkable: acceptance. Not only did he call him to follow, but he also chose to dine with others society had deemed unworthy. The critics murmured, confused by his choices. Why spend time with people like that? But the answer was simple and profound. He came not for those who thought they had it all together, but for those who knew they needed healing, those who were honest about their brokenness. Mercy, not judgment, was his mission. And this is where we are invited to reflect deeply on our own hearts. Too often, the world teaches us to categorize people, to put them into neat boxes of good and bad, deserving and undeserving. But Jesus flips the script. He teaches that the essence of love is mercy, a radical compassion that reaches beyond surface labels to touch the soul beneath. Showing mercy in our world. Mercy is more than just a feeling. It's a way of life. It's an active response to the needs, struggles, and wounds of others. It's about stepping into someone else's shoes, not to judge, but to lift, support, and restore. Here are some simple yet powerful ways we can show mercy in our daily lives. 1. Listening without judgment. Sometimes the most merciful thing you can do is simply listen. When someone is struggling, instead of offering quick fixes or criticism, sit with them in their pain. Listen with empathy. Let them know they are not alone. 2. Forgiving freely. We all have been hurt. Some wounds run deep. But mercy invites us to forgive not because the offense didn't matter, but because holding on to resentment only deepens the pain. Forgiveness frees both the one who offers it and the one who receives it. Helping the overlooked. Look around, there are people in your neighborhood, workplace, or community who feel invisible. A kind word, a warm meal, a sincere smile, or a simple invitation can remind someone they matter. 4. Standing up for the marginalized. Mercy also means using your voice to advocate for those who don't have one. Whether it's speaking out against injustice, supporting the homeless, or defending the misunderstood, your actions can reflect a heart that values people over appearances. 5. Practicing patience. Mercy often looks like patience with your children, your spouse, your coworkers, even yourself. When someone fails or falls short, respond with grace. Remind them, and yourself, that growth takes time. Becoming agents of mercy. Each one of us has a past, a present, and a story filled with moments we're proud of and others we're not. And yet, just like the tax collector, we are called, not because we are perfect, but because we are loved. Mercy meets us where we are and invites us into something greater. When we choose mercy over judgment, love over fear, and inclusion over exclusion, we participate in a divine mission to heal, to restore, and to uplift. Let us be people who see others the way Jesus sees them, not for their mistakes, but for their potential, not for what they lack, but for what they can become. In a world hungry for compassion, may our lives echo the call of mercy, because in the end, it's not about being right or righteous, it's about being kind, being present, and being love.